to the Heisman finalists being announced and really focus on just two. And I think you know which one we're talking about. What's up, kinfolk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. If this is your first time watching the #1 college football show or your 5,000th, as there are damn near 6,000 segments on this channel, and you still haven't subscribed, you should do that. Subscribe, ring the bell, like this video so that you can get this instant reaction to news, to games as it happens. We go wide, we go deep, we get it in when we talk about college football over here, baby, because we do it 24/7, 365, and we love to talk about what is topical. And right now, what is topical is the Heisman Trophy will be awarded on Saturday by the Heisman Trust, who be on ABS from time to time. Matter of fact, all the time, if we're going to be downright getting at it, taking Reggie Bush's Heisman back, giving it back, right? And then we're going to talk about what it means to win the Heisman Trophy and how it very rarely goes to the best player in college football. And because the Heisman voting pool is enormous, there's like over 900 people with Heisman votes, and I ain't got one. That tells you a lot. I got a Boyles Award vote, and there ain't but about 2 dozen of those. But the Heisman folks, they know that I've seen their movies. They know that I don't trust them. They know that if given the opportunity to screw something up, they will absolutely screw something up. And they're going to screw up the Heisman voting, and then we're going to lose our minds on this. But you know what? You know what? I'm going to tell the truth. I'm going to shame the devil. And we are going to pray for the Heisman voters that they made the right decision. Because I swear for Lord, if I got to go up there on Sunday and tell everybody what the real truth is, we going to do that. But let's get started with really how we got here. And how we got here is 2 outstanding years by Ashton Jeanty and Travis Hunter. 2 historic years in an historic season of college football. And really, we're comparing not just them, but their teams and the reach of their teams and the conferences, leagues they play in, and we're assigning value to those because that's what we do in this sport. We tend to think playing in a Power 4 conference means more. Playing in a Group of 6 conference. The Mountain West is not as competitive as the Big 12. You can argue, you can debate your goldfish. That's where we're starting because we also know the Big 10 and the ACC and the SEC also more valuable than the Mountain West. For that matter, the American. And if we still had it, the WAC. I keep going here. But the point to raise here is what Ashton Jeanty has done. We've only seen one other man get very close to just this century. And really, we've had 2 guys rush for 2,500 yards in the last couple of years. Both of those didn't win the Heisman Trophy, right? Kevin Smith at Central Florida got to be looking at y'all like, wait, I went for 2,500 yards. I didn't win no Heisman Trophy. Why y'all talking about Ashton Jeanty? He rushed for a gaudy 2,497 yards this year. But let's put it in perspective for which they're really wanting to talk about him, which is going after the single season rushing record, which he is going to get. His next game is in the college football playoff in a New Year's Six Bowl, and I expect he'll get the amount of yardage he needed, just 130 yards, more or less, right? 131 yards to get to 26-28. I'm already sure that I messed up that math. I'm an English major. I went to school, try to be an English professor. But you know, whatever 26-29 is minus 24.97, that's what he needs, right? I'm not going to do that right now. Somebody going to do that arithmetic in the comments and let me know. But Barry Sanders had rushed for 2,628 yards at Oklahoma State, which is a Big 8 school, and the Big 8, which became the Big 12, power conference. He had 344 rushes in 11 games to get to that 26-28, and he rushed for a gaudy 37 touchdowns that year. Had a couple 300-yard rushing performances along the way, too. That's how he could do this with 2 fewer games than Ashton Jeanty has played already. He's going to get to 14. He's going to get the record. I think that dilutes it. I think if you needed 14 games to break a record Barry Sanders established in 11, we're not really speaking the same language. You are not in Barry Sanders' category on this one, man. 344 rushes is also the exact number that Ashton Jeanty got, which kind of feels, like a really great way for us to say, hey, he's really, really good. He's the best tailback in all of college football. He ain't better than Barry Sanders, but he doesn't need to be better than Barry Sanders, who won the Heisman Trophy in 1988. He got to be better than Travis Hunter, and I submit to you, he ain't. There's only one Travis Hunter because we're talking about Ashton Jeanty chasing a number that was set already some 30-plus years ago by Barry Sanders and what other guys have gotten close to with 2,500 yards. We've seen people do this before. We've never seen someone do what Travis Hunter is doing at the level he is doing it at. So let's start with Pro Football Focus grades, and then let's get to the statistics, right? This man played 1,443 snaps this season, to which the Oregon Duck is fond of saying snaps is not a statistic, to which I'm saying, if it ain't a statistic, why do we count them? Where'd you get the number from if it ain't a statistic? You know what I'm saying? Is a statistic how many people bought tickets to a game? How many people showed up? What are we doing here? Why are we being stupid about this, okay? Somebody tell the Oregon Duck to go call Sydney Sweeney, who don't call you back, and go try to hit up on that because you don't know what you're talking about snap counts, Duck, okay? All right? That's one. Two is this man graded out at the 5th best at wide receiver with a grade of 88 plus. The 5th best wide receiver, and by the way, he's a Biletnikoff Award finalist. There are only 3 of those. The other 2 dudes, they don't play defensive back. They play wide out. What are we doing here? But you know what? If we're talking about cornerbacks, which is the position that he plays, he's got 4 interceptions on this. He led the league in passes defended with 11. He gave up exactly 1 receiving touchdown all year, going both ways. And he graded out as the 2nd best cornerback in the sport. Doggone what? Number 5 wide receiver, number 2 at cornerback. 1,400 plus snaps. We keep going. 1,100 yards receiving on 92 catches. There are men that don't go both ways that don't have those sort of numbers. There's entire offenses that don't have that sort of number. 14 touchdowns that he caught. Come on now. What are we doing here? But my favorite of all of this is how people are trying to talk themselves into knots about how Travis Hunter and what he's doing ain't really that special, and more to the point, isn't more special than what Ashton Jeanty has done this season. To which I'm saying, fool, you never played football. Like, there's a lot of people out here that want to talk about college football, talking about me not playing college football, who ain't played football. Played a lot of football, dog. Let me tell you something. Till you get hit, till somebody put their head in your chest, I don't want to hear you talking about this. You know what? And even if they did, how can you be so stupid except to take those hits to the head? You know what I'm saying? Like, how can you be just that dumb to look at Travis Hunter and what he has done and choose to diminish it? Now, the conspiracy against Travis Hunter is going to go into full throttle. He don't win this award. Like, Colorado fans already believe that college football in general is out to get Prime. Hell, they be in the comments over here talking about, you hate Colorado. And I'd be like, ask Colorado fans how I feel about that. And other people be like, you love Colorado. I'd be like, ask Colorado fans how they feel about that. Call it like I see it. I don't do this to lie to nobody. And I certainly don't do this because I got an agenda. I do this because I love it. And I choose to absolutely adore that Prime allowed this man, who is one of the 5 best at wide receiver and cornerback, to do both. To do both. And for 3 years, dog. He went both ways at Jackson State. He went both ways last year. He's gone both ways this year. He's going to be an All-American again. Pencil it. Consensus. Unanimous. That's what it ought to be. Don't make this stupid because you don't like that my man got a YouTube channel. Don't make this stupid because Prime is good enough to be a head coach with 9 wins in the Big 12 playing Alamo Bowl, also host his own talk show. Don't get mad about what Prime is doing. Don't even get mad about what Travis is doing. Call it like it is. The best player in college football is at Colorado, where's number 12. Even number 2, the quarterback over there, he the one saying it. But no, what y'all want to tell me is that a dude that's getting held to, the standard that is Barry Sanders that he has not met is better than Travis Hunter. Ashton Jeanty is going to be one of the 2 highest voted players, right? We know this. Same thing with Travis Hunter. That's why I'm not really interested in the rest of the conversation, because this is the one we're having. Like, when we see the voting tally come out, we're not going to be looking at who else is down there. We're not going to look at how many votes Cam Scatterboo actually got. We're not going to be looking at how many votes Cam Ward, Dylan Gabriel actually got. Or Shedeur Sanders, for that matter. We're going to be looking at how many people were stupid enough to rate Ashton Jeanty with number 1 in our ballots versus Travis Hunter. And you know what? I want names. I mean, doing this stuff under the cover of anonymity is ridiculous. I hate that. I put my bio on everything I write. My name is on the show. People know where to find me. If you ain't like what I got to say, come get me. Come find me. I'm not hiding from nobody. But the fact that you would really piss post about this, because I can't say the other word because this is a clean show. their kids be watching this show. I can't stand that. I think those people should have their votes taken away. And I also think that the voting pool for the Heisman Trophy should be whittled down to something like the AP, which has only got about 60 voters in it, right? People that cover the sport for a living at reputable publications and institutions. But as it is right now, I keep going about the difference between Ashton Jeanty and Travis Hunter and the statistics and how these things hold up. I'm also going to go hard. Charles Woodson won the Heisman Trophy, and he didn't do half of what Travis Hunter did. Champ Bailey is considered one of the best players to ever go both ways. He ain't done half, not a third of what Travis Hunter has done. Keep going down the line. Think of every great player you know. Hell, Jim Thorpe himself, who is not even going to make that dude a finalist. Thorpe Award didn't even make that dude a finalist because they fools about it. He ain't doing none of this. And then to think that he's doing it in 2024. When everybody is giving you his best shot, this man has said, cool, I got it. And he's done it with grace, and he's done it with pride, and he's done it with fun. Like, he's got a huge smile on his face playing this game. My favorite story coming out of this comes from Robert Livingston, who was having a defensive meeting on the sideline during the game. Travis was sitting there. And in the middle of an explanation, Travis said, hey, coach, hold on 1 second. And within 10 seconds, the man was on the field. He caught a touchdown pass from Shedeur. He ran off the field. He went back to meet, and he said, hey, coach, we still in cover 2? I love that. I love that so much. And if you don't love that, I don't think that you should be covering college football at all, let alone have a Heisman vote. Tell me who you think should win the Heisman Trophy in the comments below, and I'll see you down there. That was